situation over the 12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be almost, I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin. It's my truth.
Ciao. So, Sharina Hudson finally found out that she barked up the wrong tree all along when she got with Kevin Hunter. It's not even a secret that Kevin and Sharina were ready to live together on Wendy's dime without ever thinking twice about it.
So I'm not going to take a lot of time because, you know, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't going to do this.
However, since Wendy quit the Wendy Williams show and got put under that unfortunate guardianship, Kevin's money bag is empty, child. He has filed lawsuit after lawsuit, trying every trick in the book to get Wendy to fund his lifestyle again. But after his latest lawsuit attempt was thrown out of the court, they're saying that Kevin has up and left Sharina just like he did Wendy. And y'all, nobody really knew where Sharina was. When Kevin was out there dragging them lawsuits, she deactivated her Instagram and went completely off the grid. And now we're finally gonna hear where she's been hiding all of these months.
That it was not till death do us part.
And it wasn't just an incident. I mean, the relationship that Kevin had with this woman went on for...
No. Kevin was a serial cheater. Kevin had different mistresses depending on, you know, the part of his life. This last one was the one that he had the longest term relationship with.
As you are aware, Wendy has been going through a lot, and she's been fighting to end her guardianship, which she really didn't need or ask for in the first place. After a new assessment confirmed that Wendy was never sick and she never had dementia, which was the basis for her strict guardianship for more than 3 years. It looks like everyone from the judge to her former manager to her doctor to Wells Fargo, even down to the guardian, Sabrina Morezi, were all lock in step when it came to making sure that Wendy didn't have access to her money. And you know what? Karma got something for that behind.
Death to all of them.
And with this new information out there, Wendy might finally be able to put an end to this exploitative guardianship and get this situation behind her and everyone. But it doesn't mean that she's going to be returning to her primetime spot or working anytime soon. And Wendy no longer working affected everyone. I mean, it affected everyone, even those who don't like her. And yeah, I mean Kevin Hunter and his mistress Sharina.
Kevin had gone to LA for business. And I hired a PI. Yes, I did. I hired a PI to follow my husband. And this guy is telling me that Kevin is in Miami with the girl. This is where you show the picture of them on the beach. You know the picture where she's going to the camera and he's laying there on the cell phone like they're chilling like a couple. You understand what I'm saying? The PI was taking pictures of them going to the gym, going to dinner, her with Gucci, Poochie, and Lucci.
When Wendy left the Wendy Williams show, she lost a lot of income. And because of that, Calvin was unable to receive any alimony, because there was a clause in their divorce decree that if Wendy's contract was suspended or not renewed, that she would not be on the hook to pay him alimony. Now, whoever put that clause in the divorce decree is a straight-up genius, because apparently Kevin planned to live off Wendy forever.
But what I needed at the time, because I was running 100 miles an hour, and I was so much of a strong support structure for her and all the dreams that she wanted to accomplish, I needed somebody for me. And my new offspring, my daughter, who is a beautiful, beautiful spirit, she was not a oops baby. She was not a mistake baby.
Kevin allegedly received a lump sum from Wendy as part of their divorce settlement, along with an alimony check of around $250,000 per month. Yikes. But he never thought about her possibly getting sick or the gravy train ever coming to an abrupt halt, because as soon as those alimony checks stopped coming in, he was back in court looking for some way to get Wendy to support him. In 2022, he filed a lawsuit trying to regain payment again. Kevin said that without the checks, He is all shades of broke because he has fallen behind on his bills and was in debt and lived in a community that required him to make payments to the homeowners association. And since he couldn't do that, he was facing possible foreclosure. I mean, apparently Kevin couldn't even pay his car insurance for the luxury details that he loved so much. And he also said that he was behind on his credit card payments without the checks coming through. By the time he filed the lawsuit, things must have been going really bad because he ended up taking loans out on 2 of his luxury vehicles with a company called Flex Wealth, and had no choice but to put he and Sharina's lover's pad up for sale because he couldn't maintain it without Wendy's dime. So they were essentially homeless.
You left your wife. Now, we may not care about her on the show. That's different. But you left your wife. Got you a side piece. Had a baby and was living a whole different life. And evidently Wendy Williams was the real bread maker. Because now you can't live that lifestyle without that check. The grass wasn't greener, huh?
And the lawsuit definitely didn't go in his favor and was thrown out by the court. But it didn't take long for him to find another route to get paid. In 2024, he claimed that Wendy had allegedly hidden over $48 million from him during their divorce proceedings and wanted their divorce set aside. But the court wasn't on Kevin's side at all. And it was crazy to think that he was willing to go through a whole nasty divorce process again, just so he can finesse more money out of Wendy. Earlier this year, he filed yet another lawsuit demanding $250 million in damages against Wells Fargo, her guardian, and a whole lot of other people engaged in her guardianship. He claimed that he was doing this on Wendy's behalf, saying that her constitutional rights were violated, and he had been defrauded by the court-appointed guardians. So he went from suing Wendy to suing people who had access to her bank. Now, putting whatever feelings we have about Kevin to the side, this lawsuit fully exposed the extent of the scheme and planning Wells Fargo, the judge, her guardian, and the people around her put in place to snatch everything Wendy worked for. But even with Kevin's lawsuit exposing the truth about what was going on behind the scenes, people are still looking at him sideways because ain't no way he's doing all of this just to have Wendy's back. He's not her husband anymore. He doesn't have the power of attorney and he can't file on behalf of her son because he is no longer a minor. So this was nothing more than a money grab, and a poor one at that. If anything, it shows just how desperate the situation is getting if he's coming up with creative ways like this to take from Wendy at all costs. And sources are saying it isn't only Kevin's finances that are suffering because of his lifestyle having to change. It is also his relationship with Sharina. As the money problems creeped in, Sharina and Kevin apparently started having arguments about what to do next because the main reason why she was with Kevin in the first place was for the soft life. At this point, even Sharina Hudson had to get up and hustle. She was running her vegan food business, which was not bringing in any money, and she even got her real estate's license selling homes in Florida. Reports are also saying that Kevin hasn't paid any child support and doesn't plan to until he can get his finances back to what they were. And when this situation started getting even more heated, Sharina made her IG private and allegedly moved back in with her mother to get her finances in order. And now she seems to be back and is heavily promoting her business and asking people to hire her as a real estate agent and selling her gut medicine that she made. She has completely switched up her aesthetic profile that was all about living the soft life to just selling her skills. She's trying to keep her and her daughter afloat. And allegedly, Kevin and Sharina have gone their separate ways. However, we can't officially confirm this. And seeing their relationship crash and burn like this has got people saying karma, because there is no way Sharina really thought that she was going to be living large off another woman. I don't wish ill on anyone, but Sharina pretty much had to admit that karma came back around on its own time. I would never be comfortable living with no man solely surviving on another woman's dime. That's exactly what she gets for being a vulture. What's sick is he and his side chick plan on living off Wendy for the rest of their lives. What a narcissistic person just to use another person like this. I don't feel bad for him or Sharina. Now, were y'all expecting Sharina and Kevin to break up already? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye baddies.